Hello and welcome to the Cloud Council. I'm Don Polaniki, and today I'm delighted to be bringing you a special episode of the Cloud Council where we're going to be focusing on leadership. And who better to talk about leadership than Sir Clive Woodward? So now let's take a look at your questions. And I have a few here, but I'll just, in the interest of time, pick out one or two. This one is a good one, given what you were just saying there, Clive, about diversity, which is, given what's happening in the US and the UK right now, what can companies do to show leadership in this time without looking like a tokenism gesture?
I think I really would go back to teamship. I'd want to. We're seeing all this media come in. I mean, it doesn't need me to say how horrifying the events have been, but I would, and it doesn't mean you need to be in the same room. You can do it online on Zoom. Get your team on Zoom. Let's discuss this. Let's discuss exactly what I spoke about, and create some topics, and let's get people talking about this, about what it actually means to us in our office, in our environment. Are we kind of good at this? Can we be better at this in terms of understanding what it really is like to be of a different color or a different culture than what we're all maybe used to? And through Hive Learning, we run whole programs about that, diversity inclusion. We run whole programs about this, about unconscious bias and all this area. But then it's just a case of getting people to chat about it and talk about it. And I think it's so important, and create teamship rules around it. So you really do understand what is acceptable, what's not acceptable. And the more you can get the whole team talking about it, the better you're going to be. So I wouldn't want to, I think you can learn from other people. I want to be lectured about this. I want to create my own teamship rules based on what my team thinks is the right way of operating. And you've got to control it to make sure it fits in with the wider kind of culture of the organization.
Yeah. Got it. Very clear. So let's take one more here, which is back to rugby, Clive. This is from John in Norfolk. David Campese said this week that if he had his time again, he'd still throw the pass in the 89 Lions that got intercepted and caused them to lose, because he learned from his mistakes, and 2 years later he won the Rugby World Cup. How important is it to be prepared to fail?
I think it's really important. The one thing, I agree totally what Campese said there. I mean, he gave the pass, he lost the game, but 2 years later, he wins the World Cup. It's back to Nelson Mandela. You never lose. You either win or you learn. So Campese would have learned a lot that day. But what I found in sport and business never goes like that. I've never seen any sport business career. Yes, you're going to go there, and hopefully you'll get there one day. But on the way, there's huge bumps in the road, huge hiccups. You learn more about yourself. You don't, at the time, they're horrible. At the time for David Campese, that would have been a horrible moment. I experienced my big horrible moment was in '99. We went out in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. It's obviously great speaking about Johnny Wilkinson 2003, but 4 years before that, everyone's trying to get me fired and sacked because we've just got smashed by South Africa in Paris. But the learnings from that Paris, arguably set us up for 4 years later, because we didn't kind of go away and sulk. We kind of took it on the chin. And did we deserve to win the World Cup in '99? No, we were nowhere near good enough. Did we deserve in 2003? Yes, we're the number one ranked team in the world and the favourites to win. So the learnings that went on those 4 years were fantastic. So you really can learn. But I come back to individuals. I want every individual to learn, not just think it's a team thing. I want to know what every individual, what are our learnings from this? How do we move forward? How do we get better? It takes a bit of time. But, everyone has gone through setbacks, and people are going through huge setbacks at the moment. At the time, you sometimes think they're almost, you won't get out of this. You will get out of this, and you'll make huge learnings. If you can think correctly under pressure now and come out of it stronger, you will look back and say, yeah, actually, we're better for that experience. And there are a lot of people, I think, will look back and say, whilst it's a horrendous experience, and with the amount of fatalities, it's awful. You will look back, and hopefully we will learn something from it. Because if we've lost all these incredible lives and not learnt the lessons, we really do need to look at it carefully. And back to Discover, Distill, Do. What are the lessons from Distill? What we discover? What are our lessons? If it happens again, we won't get caught like we were this time.
Thanks, Clive, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.